You're watching Ari'ze Women Network. Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is QNef of QNef Speaks. Thank you for joining me. I thought I would come before you today to talk a little bit about the ADOS movement and about some YouTubers who are part of that movement, and to just give my perspective. It's all in love. It's all in love. How is everyone doing? I hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. So yes, just to kind of get you abreast of what the ADOS movement is, for those of you who don't know, ADOS is the acronym for American Descendants of Slaves. So right now we're looking for reparations. We're part of the political forum because what we're doing is we're holding our vote. If there is no black agenda and if no one wants to talk about the reparations that is due Americans, African Americans particularly, who were born and bred here in this soil, whose ancestors were slaves. So just to let you know, you can check your background. The brother Dane Calloway, he's a YouTuber who is very good with tracing your family lineage. He has a book out. You can look up Dane Calloway on his YouTube videos, and you can find out how you can really find out if your ancestors are ADOS or if you are ADOS. Because of course they have to have been on American soil and have been slaves. So that's how we are considered ourselves ADOS. Now, we don't want to exclude others, but we have to include ourselves, because for so many years others have been included as minorities, as blacks. You know, we're all grouped into a lump, and we want to separate ourselves, and we're calling for reparations because this is something that we feel is owed our ancestors. You know, our ancestors who were slaves worked for free, and this is unfair that other nationalities have been given reparations, such as the Holocaust, the Jew Holocaust. They were given reparations, and that was not even committed on American soil. So this is something that we feel that we owe to our ancestors. Sure, they're not here to reap the benefits of what we reap now as building this country and being a central part of the agricultural, the cotton, the tobacco, the sugar field. All of these industries are flourishing, and they're wealthy owners now who are, enjoying the fruits of black slavers, the slaves who toiled the land. So this is a serious thing. How this fits into the political process is that we're tired of voting for those who don't even want to talk about reparations, or who do not want to make sure that the ancestors' offsprings reap the benefits of the labor that was sown into this country. So we're holding our vote. Me particularly, I can speak personally. I voted for years for each president. On the local level, I vote in those elections, and I'm not seeing the results of my vote. Whenever the black agenda or the black issue comes up, it gets swept to the side. So it's time out for that. So I'm holding my vote. If any political figure who is running for president does not want to talk about reparations, or does not want to even attempt to give us a reparations that can be either in land form, we want a check form, additionally check form, possibly free education, free health care. This is very minimal of what we're asking, considering our ancestors built this land. America would not be what it is today if it wasn't for the black slaves that toiled the land and that created these to flourish these industries of tobacco, of cotton, of sugar, many industries that are rich today. So if you would like to trace your lineage, I can tell you the best way is to talk to the elders in your family. I trace my lineage back, and I talked to the oldest elder, and I got the information from her. My father was a sharecropper. So our history doesn't go back, this notion of that slavery happened so long ago. Yeah, it seems as though it happened long ago, but the effects of it are still in effect today. My father was part of the sharecropping, and he actually left Mississippi at age 17 years old and moved to Chicago, which is where he met my mom and had all of us. So we're not too far away from what happened to blacks back in those days. So if you want to trace your family history, talk to the eldest person and get their perspective, get their ideas, get names. The one way that you can know that you are Ari'ze is your last name. If you have a last name that is not an African name or is not a name from another country, such as Jones or Williams, Williamson, Smiths, those were names that were of the slave owners, and they passed those names down to their slaves. So when your name has been stripped from you, your original name has been stripped, and you have a slave last name, that's one way that you know that you're Ari'ze. So I want to really talk about the unity. When it comes to Ari'ze, I'm seeing some things on YouTube that I'm not happy with. There needs to be more unity, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I want to congratulate, first of all, the Ari'ze founders, Antonio Moore of Tonetalks and Yvette Carnell of Breaking Brown. They initiated the Ari'ze movement, and they've been doing a wonderful job. I'm a faithful YouTuber. They're giving us the lowdown. They're telling us and showing receipts of what is being said and done and what is not being said and done as far as the Ari'ze movement is concerned. So I urge you to follow Tonetalks, Antonio Moore of Tonetalks, and Yvette Carnell of Breaking Brown. Every week they will talk about Ari'ze and where we're going and what we need to do. And they're asking for the billionaires and everybody else to join forces with us. This is going to take unity. This is not going to be something that we can just do alone. It's not going to be one or two party movement. That movement will fail. We have to be unified. There has to be all hands on deck. Like I say, Dane Calloway, if you want to research him, he also can give you a little more information on your family lineage so that you know that you're Ari'ze. But yeah, the Ari'ze movement is taking effect and it's moving, But what I saw recently on a YouTube video for, it was called Revolt TV, had a panel hosted by Killer Mike. And it had T.I., Candace Owens, and a couple of other panelists who were talking about reparations. And I didn't look at the entire video, but what I did is I looked at a video that Antonio Moore of Tonetalks spoke about. He gave us a lowdown of what they were saying in that particular video on the Revolt TV about reparations. And what I'm seeing, what I'm kind of really not happy about is that he wasn't on the panel. This is the person, Antonio Moore, the person who initiated the Ari'ze movement along with Yvette Carnell. Both Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore should have been on that panel on the Revolt TV about reparations. There's no way that should have been possible that they would air that and not include the originators of the Ari'ze movement. And that's why I say we need unity. Those two should have been on that panel. Now, Antonio Moore has some things to say on his YouTube channel about T.I. And I think that what we need to do, brother Antonio, is we need to unite. It's okay to give the criticism, and sure, you should have been on that panel. But let's all unify. You reach out, Antonio Moore, you reach out to Killer Mike. You reach out to T.I. Yvette Carnell, you reach out to Candace Owens. There may be some points, even though she's a conservative, there may be some points that you guys can come together on and maybe she can be part of the ADOS movement. More hands on deck, more voices, more power, more money, and we can move forward with this, because we can't move with a 2 or 3 or 10 people party movement. It's not gonna happen that way. So again, unity. Let's do it in unity, or let's separate ourselves. But being separate never gets anything done. We as Black people, we can learn a lesson from other groups. Other groups are unified. Even the KKK is unified, and that's not an organization that I recommend, of course, but they're unified. Let us be unified. Let's talk. Let's do what the politicians say they do with each other. Let's reach across the aisles and let's talk about how we can move this movement forward. The ADOS movement needs to be talked about in the political forum. It needs to be a Black agenda in the political forum. Anybody who is running for president, anybody who is going to be speaking at a town hall, wherever, they need to have the Black agenda on hand. They need to know what we expect from them for our vote. For so many years, we voted for these candidates, and what have we gotten as Black people? Other races of nationalities and immigrants are coming over, and they're reaping the benefits. Our young people are without jobs. Our young people are have college degrees and can't get a decent job. And I don't think that's fair. So the politicians who are out there, let's join hands. Come on, you guys. Let's make the Black vote count. We can make the Black vote count if you put ADOS and the reparations as part of your agenda, as part of the Black agenda. And let's all work together, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to bring that to you guys and let you know we see you YouTubers. We see your programs. We see what you're saying, and we also see the division. The division will not work. A house divided will fall. So let's work in unity or separate yourselves. I say, Antonio, maybe give Killer Mike a call and say, hey man, I want to be on your panel. Let's all work together and let's see how this all works out. But it's time out. It's time for the reparations to be on the table. For anyone that's running for office, for political office, whether it's on a local level or where it's as a higher position as president, we want the Black agenda to be on the forefront, and we want you to at least put it on the table, the reparations, and we want it to be, taking effect. So, you brothers and sisters, you YouTubers out there, Tonetalks, Yvette Carnell, Killer Mike, Dane Calloway, everybody that's talking about ADOS and the reparations, I want to thank you for bringing the conversation about. So let's do this. Let's be unified, because like I said, house divided will fall. But let's be in unity and let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. Be blessed.